Did you know that over 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every single minute? That's over 720,000 hours of new content every day. And yet, 95% of creators will never reach 100,000 subscribers. Surprised? You're not alone. Starting a YouTube channel can feel intimidating, especially when the numbers seem overwhelming. But here's the truth: you don't need thousands of views to make it. In fact, focusing on just a few viewers might actually help you succeed faster. In this video, we'll break down how you can launch a YouTube channel with minimal equipment, simple ideas, and a mindset that values quality over quantity. We'll show you how to declutter your doubts, embrace small beginnings, and focus on what truly matters to create content that speaks to your audience. Ready to start your YouTube journey without the pressure of big numbers? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Declutter your doubts. Why starting matters. We all have doubts when starting something new, especially with YouTube. But here's the truth: those doubts are just mental clutter. Minimalism teaches us that getting rid of unnecessary things can create space for what truly matters. The same goes for our thoughts. Fear of failure, imposter syndrome, and worrying about what others will think can paralyze us before we even start. In reality, those thoughts are just distractions. The key to overcoming this is simple: stop waiting for everything to be perfect. According to research from the University of Scranton, only 8% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolutions. Why? Because they wait until conditions are just right. The reality is that there's no perfect time to begin anything. The best time is now. Minimalism isn't just about simplifying your physical space, it's about clearing mental space too. You don't need a fancy camera or thousands of subscribers to start. You don't even need a big plan. In fact, just starting is the plan. Think about how Steve Jobs and Apple started in a garage. They didn't wait for a massive following. They just started with a clear vision and a simple product. Starting a YouTube channel might feel intimidating, but remember, every successful YouTuber started with 0 views. The key is not to focus on how many people will watch, but on why you're doing it. This mindset shift is liberating. Minimalism encourages you to focus on the essentials and let go of all the unnecessary noise. Starting doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be done. You may think you're not good enough, or that your content won't matter. But here's the secret: people don't want perfection, they want authenticity. You don't have to be a pro or have a massive studio. Just make something that feels true to you. Look at YouTube stars like Casey Neistat. He started with basic gear and a raw, real style that resonated with millions. Starting your channel is like decluttering your life. When you get rid of unnecessary worries and self-doubt, you open up space for creativity. Take the first step and let go of the thought that it has to be perfect. Once you start, the rest will follow. Chapter 2. The power of small. Why fewer views aren't a failure. Let's face it, the idea of starting small doesn't always feel comfortable. We're all conditioned to think that bigger is better. But in the minimalist world, small is powerful. Focusing on just a few viewers can actually be more beneficial than chasing viral success. When you keep it small, you have more control, more creativity, and less pressure. Did you know that 95% of YouTube channels don't reach 100,000 subscribers? Yet, the ones that succeed do so because they focused on quality over quantity. It's not about how many people watch, it's about how you engage with the people who do. Minimalism teaches us that quality is better than excess. So why not apply that to your YouTube channel? Even if you have just a handful of viewers, it's still a win. In fact, smaller, niche audiences often lead to deeper connections. Think of it like a cozy, intimate dinner party rather than a big, loud gathering. The smaller group will be more engaged, more loyal, and more likely to share your content. That's real value. Here's a unique idea: treat your first 50 views like they're the most important thing in the world. Because they are. Your early viewers will help shape your channel, and their feedback can guide you toward what works. In a way, the fewer views you have, the more focused you can be on improving. You have more space to experiment, to fail, and to grow. Minimalism isn't about eliminating, it's about refining. According to a study from Hootsuite, 75% of YouTube viewers watch videos that are less than 10 minutes long. That tells us something important. People value time and efficiency. They don't need endless content to be entertained or informed. Small videos can have a big impact if they deliver value quickly. So, don't feel pressured to create long, drawn-out content. Instead, focus on delivering something meaningful in less time. Starting small also means less risk. There's no need to invest thousands of dollars into equipment or marketing. You can begin with just a smartphone and natural lighting. That's all you need to test the waters. Minimalism is about using what you have and making it work for you. Chapter 3. Purpose over perfection. Creating with intention. In the world of YouTube, the pressure to be perfect can be overwhelming. But minimalism teaches us that purpose is far more important than perfection. Perfection often leads to procrastination. When you're trying to make everything flawless, you might never hit publish. Instead, focus on creating content that's intentional and authentic. You might be surprised by how much value a simple, purposeful video can bring. The most successful YouTubers aren't those with the best camera equipment, they're the ones who have a clear message. Think about TED Talks. Speakers often use minimal visual aids or props, but their message is powerful because it's clear and purposeful. You can take the same approach with your YouTube channel. Perfection also leads to burnout. In fact, studies show that 60% of creators experience burnout due to the pressure of maintaining perfection and consistency. Minimalism advocates for doing less, but with more meaning. You don't need to upload every day. Instead, focus on creating content that's meaningful and sustainable. Another reason to prioritize purpose over perfection? You're more likely to connect with your audience when you're genuine. A perfect video with no heart won't have the same impact as a slightly imperfect video filled with passion. Your viewers want to know who you are. They don't expect perfection, but they do expect authenticity. Minimalism isn't just about cutting things down, it's about focusing on what truly matters. Before you hit record, ask yourself, what is the one thing you want your audience to take away from this video? That clarity of purpose will help guide your content and make it more powerful. Start by setting small, intentional goals for each video. Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on making each video a reflection of your purpose, whether that's educating, entertaining, or inspiring. Don't get caught up in trying to make every video your best one. Just make it the one that matters most in the moment. When you stop aiming for perfection, you open up space to evolve naturally. You'll start creating content that feels more authentic and in line with your values. In the minimalist world, that's the true goal, creating with intention, not just for likes or views. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a tip to help grow your YouTube channel. Chapter 4. Minimal equipment, maximum impact. Start with what you have. One of the biggest myths about YouTube is that you need expensive gear to make it. Minimalism teaches us that simplicity is powerful, and when it comes to starting your channel, less really is more. According to TubeBuddy, 71% of the most successful YouTubers started with basic equipment. They didn't need fancy cameras or editing software to begin, they just used what they had. So, don't let the lack of a high-end camera stop you from starting. The good news is, you already own one of the best tools to create content, your smartphone. In fact, smartphones today have amazing cameras that can shoot in 4K resolution. With tools like free editing apps, even your phone can help you create high-quality content. Minimalism isn't about overcomplicating things, it's about using the essentials to create something meaningful. When you focus on the essentials, your energy goes into creating great content, not getting caught up in endless gear upgrades. Studies show that 48% of new YouTubers stop posting after their first video, often because they get overwhelmed with the tech side of things. But if you simplify your setup, you free yourself from these distractions and focus on the message you want to share. Don't get caught in the trap of future-proofing your channel with top-tier equipment before even creating one video. Sure, having better tools can improve your production, but it's not the key to success. Just ask YouTuber MKBHD, who started his tech review channel using basic equipment before upgrading. His story shows that the foundation of a successful channel isn't about fancy cameras, it's about consistency and delivering quality content. You don't need a professional studio setup. In fact, many successful YouTubers create content with simple backgrounds, good lighting, and natural audio. Minimalism encourages us to use what's around us, whether that's a clean wall in your living room or sunlight coming through a window. Chapter 5. Content with less. Simplifying your ideas to be more impactful. One of the most powerful aspects of minimalism is the idea of simplification. In the world of YouTube, this means reducing your message to its core essence. Viewers are bombarded with endless content every day, so creating concise, impactful videos is the best way to stand out. According to Wistia, videos that are around 2 minutes long have the highest engagement. Shorter content allows you to keep your audience's attention while delivering your key message. The key is focusing on one core idea per video. Instead of overwhelming your audience with too much information, simplify your content into clear, digestible pieces. This approach helps both you as a creator and your viewers. When you're not juggling multiple ideas, you can focus on delivering value in a more meaningful way. Think about YouTube channels that excel with a minimalist approach, channels like The Financial Diet or Better Ideas. They focus on one topic per video, keeping their content straightforward. By simplifying your ideas, they create a more enjoyable viewing experience. It's not about delivering everything at once, it's about delivering what matters most. Chapter 6. Finding freedom in fewer views. The freedom to create. One of the most liberating aspects of minimalism is embracing freedom. And in the YouTube world, freedom comes from focusing on what truly matters rather than chasing views or likes. A study from Social Media Examiner found that 70% of YouTubers feel pressured to get more views, but focusing on numbers can stifle creativity. Instead, minimalism teaches us to embrace freedom and focus on creating content that aligns with your purpose. The beauty of having fewer views is that you have less pressure. You can experiment with your style, try new ideas, and develop your voice without the fear of judgment. Minimalism isn't about pleasing everyone, it's about doing what feels right for you. With fewer expectations, you're free to create without constraints. The fear of low views often prevents creators from uploading their first video. But remember, every YouTuber starts with 0 views. According to Statista, more than 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. This sheer volume can make it feel like your content is lost in the crowd, but you're still creating something valuable. If you're enjoying these tips and insights, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. You've got this. Now let's keep creating together.